What's up, everybody? It's J and J with Justin and Jordan. What we got today, Justin?
So today we will be reacting to the Damian Lillard trade, giving our thoughts.
Fucking finally, bro.
It's about time. We've been expecting him to get traded since July?
You've been expecting him to get traded since July. I've been waiting for him to get traded for like the past 3 years, bro. Honestly.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
And it finally happened. It wasn't the Heat though.
Thank God. I'm gonna touch on that later, but thank God, bro.
It was the Milwaukee Bucks that ended up with Dame in this Dame sweepstakes. But I guess we're just gonna give our reactions for the Bucks, the Blazers, the Suns, and all that, and just see where every team is kind of headed going into next season.
I'm fucking with the fit, by the way. I just got to comment. I'm fucking with the fit, bro.
Yeah,
The fit is some heat.
I just woke up.
Nah, but that's drip. That's drip,
Yeah.
bro. That's some heat. But I got the full trade right here. So the Bucks obviously get Damian Lillard. The Blazers end up with DeAndre Ayton, 2029 first round pick, and swaps for 2028 and 2030. And the Suns, who came out of nowhere, honestly, they're also some pretty big winners in this trade too. You get yourself Grayson Allen, Keon Johnson, King Nazir Little, and Yusuf Nurkic. So everyone kind of gets their own thing in this trade. Everyone improves in their own which way. I do want to comment on the Bucks last. So who do you want to talk about first? The Blazers or the Suns?
Let's talk about the Blazers first.
All right. So as I said, they got Ayton, Drew Holiday, 3 first round picks, 2 of them being swaps. Just first initial reactions when you saw it a couple of days ago. What did you think when you saw what the Blazers got?
At first I'm like, they could have got more, but then after sitting with it for a while, I was like, okay, I kind of like this move a little bit more. Was Tamari Kamara part of this or the Suns?
I don't know.
He might have been in this too. I think he just got drafted though.
Yeah,
he's on the Blazers because I just seen the video with him and Ayton going into the facility and shit. So yeah, he's on the team too. But yeah, my first after kind of just letting everything like simmer down, I was like, I kind of like this move for Portland because why not take a chance on DeAndre Ayton?
Mm-hmm.
This guy was disgruntled in Phoenix. Now he's rejuvenated. I already saw the video where they showed him his locker room and he's hype. He's like, yo, I feel like I just got drafted. So he's coming into a new situation where he's rejuvenated. And we've seen this before in the past where a guy that has potential gets moved and he's on kind of like on a rebuilding team and he kind of finds his confidence, even though we know in the long run that might not be his team, but in the first couple years of that rebuild, he's going to be the guy. While before like Scoot and Shaden kind of carve out their new roles and shit, and they're getting adjusted to these new roles and stuff. So for Portland, I like this. You take a chance on DeAndre Ayton, who I feel like this guy is like a 19-10 type of guy, and you have Drew Holiday. We can't really give him a grade on this trade yet because you still got Drew Holiday that is gonna get moved, and you're gonna get a significant return back. So that's good to see too. And the 2 picks, they're from 2029.
It's so deep into the future, you never know what could happen. And that's why I think it's a big fucking win for them.
It's a big win because, bro, the NBA changes like that, bro. He's like, what's going on now? Or just look back 2 years ago and see what the rosters look like. I remember I saw a post from like, oh, this was the NBA in 2016. And then 3 years later, this is the NBA in 2019, bro. Everybody's on a new team. Like that shit was crazy. So yeah, you never know what could happen in 3 years. I like this move for Portland a lot.
Yeah, regarding Portland, and this is kind of where I'm gonna talk about the Heat's initial offer for Dame. So obviously you get DeAndre in, you get a young big with some sort of potential still. And I say that because it's good that you're rolling the dice on him. There's definitely a guy that you want to roll the dice and see what the fuck you get out of it because you're rebuilding. The Suns had no reason to really keep him anymore because he was kind of just plateauing there. But here in Portland, like you say, he's going to be able to find his feet. He's going to have the freedom. Someone got to score the fucking ball on a rebuilding team. And like you said, you could kind of give him the keys, let him figure shit out, let him get his post touches and everything because you're not going to be winning games regardless. You're going to be basically tanking. And then in the future, Scoot can take over. Like you said, Shaden Sharp could start to find his role Simons, we can't also forget about Simons. Simons can do his thing. So I think just Ayton being a key player in this trade was a W for the Blazers. With Drew Holiday, like you said, they're already looking to move him. They definitely want picks out of it. So even if you get one pick out of it, you win. You win if you get a first round pick for Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday's an older player. He's still a really good player. Any contender could really use him, or any team that's on the cusp of contending could really use him. And right now, we're already seeing, of course, Miami is one of the teams looking to get him. He's linked to the Celtics. He's linked to the Knicks. Who else is he linked to? I think he's linked to one other team. I could be mistaken.
I saw it late, but I saw the Mavs.
The
The
Mavs.
Mavs would be decent.
I mean,
The Kings.
maybe the Clippers roll the dice too.
be
I mean,
good
you
too.
never know. That would be a pretty decent fit. But they got no picks though. But just in general, you're gonna get a first round pick out of this, which automatically trumps this deal over the Miami trade, which is kind of why like if you're looking at Twitter, I don't know if you was looking at Twitter, Miami Heat fans are bitching, bro. Like OD bitching. You got them saying this is tampering because Jimmy Butler wanted to post on IG like the league got to investigate this. This is tampering. Tyler Hero, whether he's being sarcastic or serious, is reposting that and saying like, yeah, I agree, blah 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 blah. Maybe he's joking around. He's definitely happy that he's staying there, but people gotta understand, man. Like this trade that Miami proposed, it just made no sense for the Blazers. They've already done this bullshit of having a bunch of small guards in their backcourt. They already got that right now. You got Scoot, you got Simons. Where's Tyler Hero gonna fit in? He's not gonna run the three ball. And even then, what about Shaden Sharp? Where the fuck is he gonna go? You know what I'm saying? So automatically, just in terms of fit, they need a young big more than they needed another young guard. They have so many young guards already. They don't need another one. So yeah, Miami fans are like really pissed off. But at the end of the day, this return that they got is way better, and they're gonna make another trade to flip Drew Holiday for more picks. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting way more picks in the long run between those two trades than you would with one trade with Miami.
Yeah.
So that's just gonna be a major W for the Blazers. And who knows? Jeremy Grant could be on the way out too by the trade deadline. Get even more picks. This could be a team that went from being like in no man's land to like in that like OKC territory. It was like now we got this whole fucking farm system of picks.
Yeah.
We could do whatever the fuck we want with this. So like you said, the league just changes like that. You don't know what's gonna happen by 2028, 2029, 2030, those 3 years in a row. Giannis will be in his 30s. Damian Lillard, more likely than not, will be out the league. So you don't know what those picks look like.
Yeah.
Those could be some really high picks. Giannis could be gone. We don't know. I mean, I doubt it, but even if he's not gone, he'll be old. And he won't be able to carry that team forever. He's going to keep asking for help. Middleton will be gone. Dame will be gone. It'll be a completely new team in these next 4 years. So overall, it's just an overall W in terms of the young guy that you got back, a trade asset you could flip, and numerous amounts of picks with potential to get even more picks off of that asset.
Yeah.
So let's go into the Suns. The Suns got deeper. We both said, especially me, like, all right, the Suns have one problem. You got all these stars. You guys keep doing this shit in the league. Not just them specifically. And then you got players that are just teams that are like, hey, let's gather all these all-star players and just make it work. And we said they had no depth. Now they're getting some depth. Grayson Allen, Keon Johnson, Nazir Little, Nurkic. How do you feel about this trade for the Suns?
This was one trade. At first, I was like, yeah, they got the role players and shit. But after looking at it a little bit more, I'm just like, I don't know how I'm feeling about it. I'm kind of like, I'm not really loving it too much. Just only because some of these guys and like some of the role players they got, they're solid, but we've never either seen them play like high level basketball or like important games, I should say. Or like, I don't know if they could really contribute to the level that they think for this specific team. Like Keon Johnson, I've only seen like certain like, and he was drafted probably like 2 years ago maybe. Yeah. So he's only experienced like low like under 500 ball. I think the only time he made the playoffs was maybe his rookie year, but this is a team that has deep aspirations to like go deep into the playoffs. Nasir Little I like, but I don't know if he's gonna get minutes. Like he might just because of the defensive upside, but there's questions about his offense. Grayson Allen, solid role player, but in the playoffs is when it gets concerning for him. So and yeah, Nurkic the big one. I don't think like they're gonna get their wins in the regular season, but I think Nurkic. It's been a while since he's been his old self because he's been dealing with injuries and shit. But if your answer to throw out into the Western Conference gauntlet is Nurkic at the 5, good luck because he's gonna get cooked. So, and if maybe and Frank Vogel is the type of coach like he likes to build through his anchor, like that's kind of like his primary focus defensively. He's
That big man.
He's a defensive minded coach. We saw it in Indiana with Roy Hibbert. In Orlando he has Serge Ibaka, Bismack Biyombo. The Lakers he had Anthony Davis. So I kind of from Phoenix perspective, I'm like, I don't know why you couldn't just give it one more go with Ayton with this new coach because I believe Ayton's had. Did he have Monty his whole career, his whole tenure there, or not?
He might have had 1 year without Monty. Probably like his first year. I could be wrong.
Okay, but we saw a lot of the friction was with Ayton and Monty. So you got Monty out, bring Frank Vogel in. You should kind of test it out with Ayton in the beginning. If it doesn't work out, then yeah, you can move him at the deadline. But at least give him a chance because like he's shown flashes where like he could actually like protect the paint. I'm not saying he does it at like an elite level, but you have a building block right there. But now to go from Ayton to Nurkic, who isn't the same player he was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, it's concerning, man. Like in the regular season, they're gonna do their thing. It's not gonna look like a problem, but I'm telling you, in playoffs, when that shit gets slow and it starts getting half court, and fucking Jokic is in the fourth quarter with the ball in his hands, he's gonna get fried. That's all I'm saying. And if people say, "Oh, y'all should run KD at the 5 to get more points," I'm like, that's how you lose like ASAP. So if I'm Phoenix, I'm looking at backup bigs like ASAP, like just bodies, something like even in LA, he had Dwight Howard too. Wash Dwight Howard, but
Dwight Howard
rejuvenated him.
Yeah.
He rejuvenated Dwight Howard because before that, we all looked at Dwight Howard like, yo, he should be out the league. Like, but maybe you could have did the same thing with Ayton. We don't know, but same thing with Roy Hibbert. Like, I mean,
Roy Hibbert it's reversed.
Yeah,
Roy Hibbert it was like turn him into his dog, and then
And
he
then-
leaves. He gets his ego up. Damn, I'm gonna go get some money, and then he fell off.
Yeah, and then bro, yeah, they should have just kind of thugged it out with Ayton, just at least until half the season, and then if it wasn't working, trade him. If not, just hold on to him. But I don't really like the move for Phoenix that much.
That's a good point you made, though. Like Frank Vogel has been this sort of big man whisperer, especially when it comes to defense. I do kind of like this trade for Phoenix, though. It's a question mark, but I'm gonna kind of go against what you said. I think that it was a smart thing to roll the dice and send Ayton somewhere else, shed some money. I understand, like you said, he had the issues with Monty, but I don't I don't see the defensive potential there. Even with Frank Vogel, I don't think he was capable of it. Of course, you also take a step back with Nurkic, but just in general, like Grayson Allen, I think he'll be a decent rotation piece when it comes to playoffs. I think kind of people are overrating this for Phoenix end of the trade because people are saying they got all this depth back, but let's be real. Keon Johnson will not play 1 minute of playoff basketball. Nazir Little will probably get 5 minutes per game of playoff basketball. But even then, like when you go into the playoffs, what people don't understand is when we talk about depth, we're not talking about like, all right, you have a bunch of guys who are like halfway decent. Depth is about like, all right, I could, I'm confident in sending out 9 dudes in the playoffs to play 10 minutes minimum and actually be able to produce something.
Yeah.
I don't see that in Keon Johnson and Nazir Little, respectfully. I see that in Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
Nurkic, like you said, question mark. I'm not going to say it's an L or a W at that point in time.
He's probably going to start.
Yeah, well, he has to. He has to. What other option do you have? But at this point in time, I have no like real issue starting him because you're also rolling the dice as well, even though you are a contender. Run a new big man out, see what he could do on the defensive side. But even then, he's also less demanding. That's one big point for that.
So
team
I guess for them, they think of it as addition by subtraction.
Exactly. So it's like, all right, Ayton's not demanding shit because I think regardless of whatever coach he had, he's going to be demanding. He's like, I want these post touches. I want these post touches. But they're just not going to come when you have these 3 All NBA tier score first guys. It just was never gonna happen. So just ship him out. I'm thinking like this trade was kind of like a win for everybody, but the team that won the least would probably be the Suns
Yeah.
in this condition. But even then, I don't think they did too bad in this trade. They were able to, like you said, addition by subtraction. They were able to improve on that end and get some rotation pieces. And hey, maybe those two guys that I named, that I said won't play any playoff ball, maybe they improve. We never know.
Yeah. I kind of like the role players they got during free agency a lot more.
Yeah.
Like you got Yuta Watanabe, you got Eric Gordon. Well, I don't care. I'm not buying into the Bobo stuff. Like
I'd rather start Nurkic than Bobo.
yeah, cool signing, but like I'm not really like if it don't work out now, bro, we don't. And who else? Keita Bates Diop. Who's the other one? Metu.
That too.
Yeah, him too. Yeah, those are good signings. Grayson Allen, I already know in the regular season he's gonna do his thing. It's just playoff time is when I'm kind of worried because he can't guard nobody. So
let me ask you this: 8 guys are getting minutes in Phoenix in the playoffs. Who's it gonna be?
8 guys.
8 guys.
So
Obviously,
Beal,
KD,
Booker,
Beal,
KD.
Booker.
I think Eric Gordon's gonna get minutes.
All right.
They're 5. I feel like Nurkic. It depends on the series. So if it's like a team that I don't know, because I feel like we see with Steven Adams, like there's some series where he's gonna like excel and he's gonna play a lot more, and there's other series where he probably won't even see the floor.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Same thing with Dwight Howard when he was on the Lakers. Like there were some nights he wasn't gonna play. So I named the big 3, and then I named who?
Eric Gordon and Nurkic.
Yeah, Nurkic is like a iffy. I think Keita Bates Diop will play. Who else? Josh Okogie will play. I think Metu would play. Grayson Allen will probably. I don't think Grayson Allen will probably play here and there.
I feel like I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you kind of sleepy on Grayson Allen to a certain extent because I'd rather play him over those last 3 guys you just named.
I like Keita Bates Diop, bro.
I'd rather give Grayson Allen those minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
if I was to swap out minutes with one guy, I'll zero out Josh Okogie out of those 3.
Really?
And give it to Grayson Allen.
Yo, Josh Okogie might start. Like, Josh Okogie's nice.
He's okay.
But
I trust Grayson Allen more.
It's kind of fucked up. They got him starting at the 3, and that motherfucker's 6'4".
Yeah, but like I said, I'd rather have Grayson Allen out there, bro. In my opinion.
I don't know. It's just playoffs, man. In the playoffs, it's just. I might throw fucking Nasir Little out there.
No,
I only say that because you already have the firepower with KD, Booker, and Beal. So Nasir Little, he's the type of guy, bro. We just need you to fucking chase whoever the fuck and just lock him down. That's it. We don't need you to fucking ISOs. You're not even that type of guy. If you're gonna score, it's literally off a transition, offensive rebounds, free throws. Let these other guys handle that. You got Booker and KD, who are 2 of the best half-court scorers in the league, probably. So, bro, you're only gonna score off a transition, open threes, putbacks.
Open threes is kind of crazy though.
Yeah,
I'm not trusting that 3.
Yeah, but I'd probably rather play him than Grayson Allen.
Why?
Just because of the defensive upside. I'm not saying he's gonna go out there and lock up LeBron, but like
he's not. Yeah.
If they're playing the Lakers, bro, and Grayson Allen's on the court, LeBron's gonna be like, bring that ass here and just ISO the whole time.
I guess, but like you said, I mean, when you said shooting open threes, I mean, I'll put Grayson Allen out there in the corner. I'm just spot up for the open threes.
Yeah, but he's gonna give up points back.
Understandably so, but I don't think. I guess you could flip it and say maybe Nasir Little could stop somebody, but on the offensive end, he's not providing no points.
Yeah, but
I know you're not asking him to, but at the same time,
you don't really need him to because you got what 2 30-point scorers and then 1 like 25-point scorer. You don't really need him to do anything offensively. You have the luxury that you have all that offensive talent that you don't have to do that. Plus, Frank Vogel is defensive minded, so he's going into this shit thinking, I already got 3 fucking lights out scorers. Let me just throw some defense in there because Bradley Beal, he's not really the greatest defender. Booker is improved. Kevin Durant, we talked about it last week. He's kind of good, like help side, but we don't look at him as like a lockdown.
Definitely not no fucking lockdown.
Exactly. So you got to surround these guys with like with role players that are gonna do their thing. They don't have to go in and go get buckets. They just have to do their job. And I think Nasir Little's the type of guy he could just go in, play his role, give them energy defensively, and that's really gonna provide a spark for them. Because like with Grayson Allen out there, yeah, it's extra shooting, but like that's just another body out there on defense that you could just throw in another guy to just add defensively.
Yeah, I completely understand that, but I mean, just in general too, just I'm not buying too much into their depth. I still
Yeah,
think it's a little bit weak. It's better than it was when they first got Bradley Beal, but it's still pretty fucking weak, bro. I'm not putting too much faith into it.
Did I? Oh yeah. Also, the playoff lineup when we were naming people, you don't want to not be able to play it too. I didn't name him.
I would have him over Nazir and Grayson Allen.
Yeah, that I agree with because that motherfucker he's lights out. Like so,
No,
yeah,
he could
and
fucking shoot,
he
bro.
could make some plays off the dribble too. Grayson Allen could do it too, but yeah, Yuta would definitely play in that shit.
I guess my thing is like sometimes when the stars are getting clamped up or double teamed and you gotta chuck it out. Of course, yeah, you could chuck it out to Book or Beal, but I like a reliable guy in the corner that could right out the double team when someone got to pass out, got to throw it to somebody in the corner. I'd rather be a shooter than Nazir Little.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
just
in
me
that case.
personally.
Oh yeah, let me clarify. I don't think Nasir Little should be playing closing minutes in playoffs. Fuck no. Yeah, closing time. I would rather have Yuta Watanabe out there or like Eric Gordon, like those guys. But like I'm talking about like second quarter. Sometimes Nasir Little should get
Of course, yeah.
but like closing, fuck no.
Well, I'm not even just talking about close. I'm just talking about like, because it's
Or
not like
just-
they're gonna start doubling in the fourth quarter. Only like if they start doubling in the second, and you're throwing it out to Nazir Little, and he's just bricking every fucking.
Oh, yeah,
three,
that's the
Then
case.
if I'm Frankfurt, I'm like, Grayson, suit up, let's go,
Yeah.
throw him in for Nazir Little.
Yeah. And then also, yeah, that's bad.
Or even when you gotta sit.
Yo.
Here's where Grayson Allen could work. How about this, right? I think this is where we both agree. When you're sitting two of the stars, and let's say you leave Durant out there by himself, right? You're sitting down Beal and Booker. I would rather have Grayson on there on the court to pass out to than Nazir Little and a couple of the other guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, ideally you want to leave 2 out of the 3 stars out there, but maybe there's, a 5-minute rush where 2 of them got to sit down. Whether it's KD or Booker, Beal that's out by themselves.
I feel
I'd
like
rather have
I feel
Grayson
like
Allen out
one
there.
of them should always be out there.
Yeah. That's not even a question.
Yeah.
One star got to be out there, but ideally, you know what I mean. Like you want 2 out there, but that's not always always gonna happen. More often than not, you're gonna have the 2, but there's gonna be certain points in the game where it's like 2 of them got to sit down for a little bit.
Yeah. And let me just say, I love Grayson Allen. He gave us a national championship. So
Nah, he's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
he's whatever. And now to just to finish it off, bro. I'm just happy that he's free at this point in time because, like you said, yeah, we've been waiting for him to get traded since June. For me, it's been a long time coming. I thought he should have been traded after they got smoked by the Warriors, and I believe it was the 2019 Conference Finals. After they got mollywopped in that, it should have been like, all right, we're just not going to win a championship with Dame at this point in time. We're obviously not surrounding him with the pieces. Let's just trade him. He was much younger back then. He was not even in his 30s yet. He's in his 30s now. At least he's finally free in general. I mean, better late than never, but Damian Lillard, Milwaukee Bucks. What does that look like, Justin?
Milwaukee Bucks. Whoop. Like oh man, this is funny. I'm just glad he didn't go to Miami because
Me too. Like, I don't even got to do it again.
fuck that. I know we talked about it like 2 episodes back about rivalries. New York and Miami, it was a rivalry back in the 90s, but to me, like me personally, fuck Miami. Like I'm just saying that.
Really? That's that. You think that's the biggest rival for us?
No. I'm saying for me, like
Oh, because of your brother? Or other
just
shit?
because my
'Cause
brother.
I was about to say, my shit, when it comes to the Knicks, man, number 1, it's Boston. Number 2 is Philly. Number 3 is the Nets. Then I'll throw out the Heat. Like, Pacers is way back when. Bulls is way back then. But I'm talking about right now. Celtics, Sixers, Nets, Heat in that order. I'm not fucking with them.
No, yeah, this is just my personal beef with Miami.
Yeah.
I'm not claiming that there's a New York Miami beef or rivalry.
I would like there too, though.
Yeah, that'll be fun, but fuck Miami. I did not want Dame to go to Miami. Fuck that. Yeah, Dame to the Bucks. I was saying it in the TikTok. Go follow us at the J&J podcast. They're probably the best duo in the East. And they might be probably like a top 5 or top 3 duo in the whole league.
Who's better? LeBron, AD?
Maybe LeBron and AD. I was gonna say Jokic, Murray, but Murray is not fucking with these niggas.
No. Kawhi and Paul George for 20 games?
The thing is, like, Kawhi could really match up. I would still take Dame and Giannis.
Me too.
I would probably, they might be top 3 then.
Brunson and Randall?
No, I think the only I was gonna say. What the fuck?
Yeah, Brunson and Randall.
I guess LeBron and AD
are better.
Yeah, it kind of evens out, bro. I feel like there's no one that's like definitively better, because like LeBron better than Dame, but then Giannis better than AD, so it cancels out. And then the only other one that comes to mind is like Brown and Tatum.
What about Kyrie and Luka?
Nah, I'd rather have Dame and.
Me too.
Yeah.
Just testing though. You feel me? Just testing. I feel like I know what you're saying, but
and even then, I like Tatum and Brown, but like Giannis is better than Tatum, and then
I think at this point in time, Brown is kind of on the same level or close. I think it's closer than people think.
So it kind of cancels out.
Yeah.
So there's no really definitive, but I think in the East they're definitely number 1 overall. I would say they're like top 3. Yeah. I'll say like top 3, top 5.
I agree.
But yeah, back to what I was saying. Great move. Only concern is you are taking a step back defensively, because Jrue Holiday was probably one of the best, if not the best, perimeter defender.
The best. Number 1
in the league. So you're taking a step back to get Damian Lillard, who is a 0 on on defense, but he's one of the best offensive players in the league. So that's a big upgrade. That's probably the one area of concern for them, because now they're gonna be who are they guarding? Like, obviously Giannis is a defensive player of the year. Brook Lopez just finished top 3, but guarding on the perimeter, they might be fucked. Like interior they'll be good, but like who the fuck is guarding like Steph Curry, Trae Young, like Jalen Brunson? Like,
but here's my thing though, the inverse is Trae Young is not gonna guard Damian Lillard. Curry's not gonna guard Damian Lillard. Some of these other top PGs, they just don't play defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand they might have some backup, like Curry's gonna have Wiggins to back him up and take his assignment, or Trae's gonna have DeJounte. But at the same time, like Dame is one of those guys that's really fucking hard to stop.
Yeah.
And the only person I've seen ironically stop Damian Lillard full force
Jrue Holiday.
It was,
and
Jrue
you don't
Holiday.
gotta worry about him, because that motherfucker is
unless he goes to Boston or Miami,
yeah.
Or I really hope not, or New York. But besides that, like no one else is really stopping him in this league at the guard position.
Yeah, the way it's looking now, Milwaukee is gonna be getting into a lot of shootouts with other teams, especially.
I'm gonna love it though.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And this is a great move too, because playoff time, we saw it. They kind of struggled in the half court, like offensively. Because as good as Jrue Holiday is, I feel like it's a little bit too much to ask of him to kind of be the creator and facilitator for the team. Because he's good at it, but he's way better when he's like off the ball. Like, I feel like one of his best years in the league was when he had Rondo next to him, or when he had Lonzo next to him. That's when I feel like that was like the best Jrue Holiday, when he has somebody else next to him, another like ball handler, creator. So now you bring in Damian Lillard, who in the half court, bro, this guy, I'm excited, bro, because him pulling up from half court, you gotta guard him all the way out.
Yeah.
And now Giannis about to come.
Giannis is just
set
like,
that screen and roll.
Just way back.
He gonna be way back. And I really like this move for Giannis specifically, because now that whole lineup is surrounded by shooters.
That's elite space. Bro, you know what this reminds me of? But I feel like this is like the 2009 Magic on crack, bro.
Yeah.
Like this is just a cracked up 2009 fucking Orlando Magic, just pumping full of fucking steroids.
You got Dame at the 1, Pat Connaughton. Well, I don't know who will be starting at the 2. I'm assuming
Beasley.
yeah, either Malik Beasley or Pat Connaughton. You still got Chris Middleton in this. That's sweet.
You know Chris Middleton.
You still got Chris Middleton.
You know Chris Middleton.
And then you got Brook Lopez, who was shooting 37% from 3 last year.
Bobby Portis off the bench.
Bobby Portis off the bench. Yeah, this is
a ghost of Jay Crowder.
Ghost of Jay. Yeah, this is a really good lineup. And that's another thing too. You still kept Chris Middleton, and now you're easing some pressure off of him, making him that third guy, which is really good too now, because now you got fucking Damian Lillard, who's already a clutch motherfucker, and then you got Chris Middleton, who is like that in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Yeah, people think he's crazy for that, but like I've seen it with my 2 eyes.
Thank you.
Chris Middleton does that in the playoffs.
Thank you so much, and it feels good to kind of be like a prophet when it came to talking about Chris Middleton, because people wanted to say I was bugging, back in 2021 when I said he was the most clutch player in the playoffs, but we saw it happen. And this was before the finals too. This was like second round I was saying this. Some of our boys wanted to get mad. Big shout out to you guys, but we see that he's like that, and I witnessed it firsthand. I knew Chris Middleton was that guy in the playoffs when he made that shot against the fucking Celtics with like 0.5 seconds left.
I remember.
And he was just cooking them from mid-range. And I was just like, bro, this guy looks like one of the most clutch players in the NBA, and he kept doing it every single year in the playoffs. I just hope he's healthy.
You saw that interview he did?
Nah, I didn't
that
see it.
That shit was so funny.
I didn't see it.
It was like,
I gotta watch it though.
What the fuck did they say? They was like, oh, do you think the Pistons regret trading you on draft night? And he was like, I'm sure they do. And then there was some other guy was like, oh, I was showing this girl at the bar Chris Middleton highlights, and he was like,
I saw that clip, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
He was like, I hope it works.
I think you sent it to the group chat to me, and it was like one of the tweets was like, oh, no one's ever fucking said Chris Middleton's their favorite player. I'm like, I mean, there's me. Yeah. I say that shit sometimes. That's one of my fucking favorite players in the league for a minute now.
That shit was funny.
But just talking about the trade, I was on my phone just to look at the depth. They still don't have Damian Lillard officially listed, but I'm gonna kind of skip some names because we don't got to talk about no fucking Ty Washington shit like that.
Like, Marshawn Beacham though, I think he's nice.
Yeah. So we got Malik Beasley, Pat Connaughton, like you said, Marjon, Chris Middleton, both Antetokounmpo brothers. I mean, second one don't really matter too much. Goes to Jay Crowder, Bobby Portis, Brook Lopez, Robin Lopez to back him up, and then you of course got Dame, bro. That's a pretty good fucking team. Just to reiterate what you said. You got one of the most clutch. You got two of the most clutch playoff players in the NBA on the same team. Plus, one of the top 3 at worst best players in the NBA. Not to say Giannis isn't clutch himself. He's a pretty clutch player, but Middleton and Dame, if I'm the opposing team, I don't want any of them taking that last shot. I will beg anybody else on the Bucks to take that shot besides them two. I'd rather Giannis try to get that last shot off besides them two if I have to guard them. So that's going to be trouble for them. When it comes to fourth quarter, second round, game 7, shit, dude, I'm praying if either one of them has the fucking ball. So you got that offensive firepower. You got that clutch firepower. As we said, we're going to be running 4 out, 1 inside. That 1 inside isn't just anybody. It's fucking Giannis Antetokounmpo, the most unstoppable force in the NBA. And it's not just 4 out with random guys. Like you said, it's Damian Lillard, who you got to guard at half court. Not even the deep 3-point line. You got to go all the way to half court to guard him. You got Chris Middleton, who's Chris fucking Middleton. You got Brook Lopez, one of the best 3-point shooting bigs in the NBA. You got Bobby Portis that could run out there. You got Malik Beasley that could run out there. If you want some defense, like you said, it's going to be a lot of shootouts. If you want some defense, you could throw out Marjon instead of Malik Beasley. It just depends on what you're doing on a certain day of night. And like I said before, I'm just hoping that Chris Middleton's healthy. Because the way that this will be the best big 3 in the NBA, which I truly think it is, he has to be healthy. He's got to be the same Chris Middleton that he was 2 years ago, or else, unfortunately, I'm going to be honest with you, this isn't a championship team unless Chris Middleton's healthy. I will say that right now. I think Dame and Giannis are a very good fucking duo, but without that third piece, where let's just say Dame isn't clutch one game, who are you going to rely on, If Chris Middleton's not that guy, I don't think they're going to win a championship. Chris Middleton's got to be the old Chris Middleton for them to do it. And that's not to say that they're not going to be good if he's hurt and like Dame and Giannis are on their shit. Of course, they're still going to be a great team, any elite team. But to go to that next level is to have a big 3.
Yeah.
And this is kind of one thing I want to ask you as well. I mean, are you taking this big 3 over Boston's of KP, Tatum, and Brown?
I would.
Me too.
I would. Yeah.
I'm just glad we agree. I needed to throw it out there and make sure like this is the best big three in the NBA.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna say by far, but after the Celtics,
Probably the
by far,
Suns.
it's a.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not buying too much into them.
Hmm.
I expect more success from that Bucks big three, and it sounds crazy in the Suns big three because defense mainly number one, number two, clutch factor, clutch factor, bro. I understand people want to say that KD's clutch, but let's be real. How many times have we seen KD be this clutch god since he left Golden State? A little bit against the Bucks, and then what happened? Choked against the Celtics, and it's like he was this clutch god against the Nuggets. He's good in the clutch, but he's not like this clutch god. I mean, I think these two guys on the Bucks are the two most clutch players in the NBA, and I don't really think it's too close with between them two and everyone else.
Yeah.
I'm not trusting that many players with the ball besides those two in the playoffs. But that's just me. And then we don't got to talk about Giannis. Giannis is Giannis. We don't got to say too much, realistically speaking. This team is disgusting. I kind of think I think this offseason, we had kind of like an idea of like, all right, so going to the regular season, the contenders are going to be Boston, Milwaukee. This was with Drew Holiday, Miami, and maybe like the Cavs, right?
Yeah.
Now it's gotten to the point where these off seasons by Boston and Milwaukee, they're the only two true contenders. Nobody is fucking with them. I don't think Miami's fucking with them. There's a completely different beast of a Milwaukee team that Milwaukee has that Miami has not seen before. Boston's a completely different team. You're getting rid of that so-called heart and soul on the defense of Marcus Smart, bring in some offensive firepower and KP. These are the two teams you got to watch out for. And if anyone makes it out the East besides them two, I will genuinely be shocked. And I think whoever comes out the East this year out of those two teams, I think they're winning the championship.
You think so? Whoever comes out the East going to
I
win?
think whoever comes out the East is going to win the championship because I'm going to be real. I'm liking both of their odds against the Nuggets slightly. I'm liking both of their odds against the Lakers slightly. And when it comes to a team like the Suns, they're smacking the Suns upside the head. The Warriors aren't even at that tier. They're smacking the Warriors upside the head, both of those teams. Just pick any fucking team in the West. They're smacking them upside the head. The only team that's going to give them a fight is going to be the Nuggets and the Lakers.
Yeah, if it's the Celtics in the finals, I'm still kind of more confident the Nuggets to beat them.
You think the Nuggets could beat them?
Hell yeah.
Fair enough. But do you think that Milwaukee's the best team in the NBA right now?
Best team. Well, I guess on paper, yeah, but we have to see it first.
Of course, we got to
I'm
see
still gonna
everything.
give credit to Denver, and even though the Lakers up there, but I'll probably still say the Nuggets. But like on paper, yeah, the Bucks probably are the best team on paper.
'Cause
Yeah,
I remember back in our predictions, I said the Bucks will make it to the finals anyway. I said it's gonna be the Bucks or the Celtics making the finals, but I wouldn't know who wins the championship.
I think I had Bucks Nuggets.
Remember, I said Bucks, Celtics, either them two will make the finals or Lakers, Nuggets. And that's before Dame. Like I said, this Dame trade, I think you just hit a tier of your own.
Yeah,
To be honest with you, I know I'm giving some credit to the Celtics, but even then, I think the Bucks are in a tier of their own right now.
yeah, I agree with you. Just the landscape of the East. I was talking about it with somebody the other day. I'm like, the East is kind of Like, you got the Bucks and the Celtics up top. I think Miami takes a step back because you lost two key starters. You lost Gabe Vincent and Max Strus. Your only additions were Jaime Jaquez, Josh Richardson. I saw they just signed like guys like they signed Czech Diallo, R.J. Hampton. Who else did they sign? John Elmore.
Who cares, honestly?
Yeah.
That's just the truth.
So they're coming in a little bit thinner, and none of us thought they were going to the finals last year. And with those two guys that they lost, they were a big part of why they got to the finals. So I'm not really expecting them to do that for a second year in a row. And then you still got the Cavaliers who are there, but I feel like after those top two, it kind of just falls down.
I don't want to say the East is because the East has a lot of good teams. I think the problem is just that like I said, the Bucks and the Celtics just hit their own tier with this offseason.
Yeah, East is top heavy.
It's super top heavy now. So before, like last year, is balanced, but like it's not to say like the Heat. Like I don't want to go out of the way and say like the Heat, the Knicks, the Cavs, and the Sixers like mid, which is kind of like how the East looked when LeBron was on top. Like everyone else was kind of mid. It was just him, maybe like the Celtics, and that was it. But my thing is like, it's still good teams. You feel me? The Heat are
Yeah.
still a good team. Knicks are still a good team. Cavs are still a good team. Sixers are still a good team. It's just that the Bucks and the Celtics are in their own atmosphere right now, and they're just looking down on everyone else. It's just gotten insane right now. This trade has just flipped the East upside their head, and now it's not. It's gonna be Milwaukee to beat. It's not the Heat anymore. It's gonna be Milwaukee that you got to beat to make it to the finals.
Man, would I love to see the Bucks and Celtics in round 2. Ooh, because you know what that means.
That means the Knicks go to the conference
that
finals.
means the Knicks go to the conference finals.
Means the Knicks go to the conference finals. Don't matter who you put in front of us, whether it's the Cavs, the Sixers, the Heat now. It don't matter. Gabe Vincent and Max Strus can't hurt
And
us
I was
no
telling
more.
someone the other day, I was like, if we play Boston, I think we could beat them.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. We beat Boston. We beat in Boston.
But if we
I
play,
don't know. We play in Milwaukee.
nah, if we
beating
play
them.
Milwaukee, it's over.
We getting smoked.
Yeah.
But I don't give a fuck. RJ is that Celtics killer right there. You got Jalen Brunson, who's Jalen Brunson.
We play so good against the Celtics.
Holy
It's
shit,
crazy.
for no reason.
For no reason.
For no reason.
Holy shit.
Imagine that RJ game winner, but in the playoffs.
Yo, they'd have to give him a statue.
I will give him a fucking statue
Actually,
right
nah,
now.
they would. Yeah,
I'll give him a
they
statue
should.
for that shot right now.
I'm like, where's Larry Johnson's statue at, nigga? Come on.
Word. But fuck it. Forget the playoffs. Give RJ a statue for that regular season shot, bro. Cause that shit was nasty. that shit was nasty.
All right.
But just in general, bro, like I like our odds at this kind. This is just kind of how that trade is making me feel like as a Knicks fan. I like our odds against the Celtics, like you said. The Bucks. I mean, I'm kind of like, damn, we're fucked.
Oh yeah,
We're
no
fucked.
shot. But
That's how this trade makes me feel.
I'm
It's
just
like,
trying to
damn, we're fucked.
imagine. I'm just trying to imagine us getting to ECF like this. I feel like the only way we would get there is if them two play in round 2.
Someone has to get the first seed somehow. Like somebody else that isn't either of them. Like it literally has to be somehow the Knicks get the first seed, or the Cavs get the first seed. That's the only two teams.
It's either that,
and
or,
even then, they're not going to do it. Let's be realistic.
it's either that or Bucks or Celtics finish first. The other one finishes 4th.
I don't even see that happening.
I don't really see that happening, but that's the other option. But man, if that happens, I'll be smiling.
I'll be hyped.
Oh man,
I'll write my ticket in. I'll go on FanDuel. I'll be like, Knicks to make the conference finals.
you know what suck if that actually happened and then we get a rematch of us and the Cavs and then we lose this time.
We won't lose.
Then I'm like, wow, this.
We won't lose to them. We own Cleveland. Unless they move Jarrett Allen, we own Cleveland. Because that 2 big man shit ain't working. Tell them niggas to eat a sandwich, bro. That ass. Put some fucking
I
weight
thought you
on
were
you.
gonna say eat a Frank.
Nah, you know what? Eat a Frank too. You could do that too. Get some fucking weight on you, bro. That ass.
Nah, yeah. Shit just turned into Knicks talk. Like I brought it
It's
up.
always gonna be it. At the end of the day, whatever we talk about, at the end of the day, it's gonna come back to the Knicks. Because when I look at any type of news, and that's the life of a fan. When I look at any type of moves in the league, I'm just like, all right, well, what the fuck does that mean for the Knicks? Shit, can we beat this team? Can we not beat this team? Whatever. You know, I don't give a fuck. That's why I'm like hype about playing the Celtics, and I feel like we could whoop their ass because now they got Porzingis. Now I got another reason not to fuck with you.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
Yeah, because I look at every team in the East and I say, we could beat all of them except for Milwaukee.
I look at
And
every team
even
as food.
even before the Dame trade, I didn't think we could beat Milwaukee either.
Yeah, me neither. But
They-
this just made it. This made it from us losing in 5 to us losing in 3, and we didn't even show up to the 4th game. Seriously, like
Yeah.
that's how bad it looks right
Yeah,
now on
that's how-
paper.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe we get Drew Holiday. We'll never know.
I hope not.
Yeah,
I'll say it right now. I really hope we don't get Drew Holiday because of that contract, because of that age. That shit just don't work out for the Knicks. Just sit out and, like I said last episode, wait for Donovan Mitchell, bro. Or wait for Embiid to ask for a trade as a trade deadline. Because I'll say, you know what? Take Q Grimes. Take Quickly. Take whatever you want. Take some picks. Give me Embiid.
yeah.
Give me Joel Embiid. That's in my heart of hearts. I know Donovan Mitchell will come here no matter what. I want Embiid though.
Yeah.
Imagine Embiid on that.
How
next
long does
team.
he have left on his contract?
I don't fucking know, but he's gonna ask out
Probably, most likely.
when James Harden leaves.
Damn,
He's
we
gonna
gonna have to
ask out.
trade some shit for that man. But probably,
But at the end of the day, just with everything, just kind of like to conclude, like I'm just hyped. Dame is free. I guess the news that everyone's stuck with now is when does James Harden get moved? Can't wait till that shit's over, and then the cycle will start again because at this point in time, it feels like 4 or 5 fucking all NBA level talents be getting traded within 1 calendar year.
yep.
You feel me? So I guess we'll see who's next after Harden. Like we predicted a couple episodes ago, it's gonna be Embiid, honestly, because once Harden's out, Embiid's
Yeah,
like, damn, fuck
I
this
feel
team.
like I feel like every year there's always like at least 2
That
stars.
shit used to be rare. Remember Melo as a trade was like, damn, there's a big fucking trade. We'll never see this again. Shit happens like 4 times a year now. The
Yeah.
Suns got Durant and Beal in 2 trades within 4 months of each other, bro.
Bro, I think James Harden's asked for a trade like every year for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like every year
He's gotten traded
it's always
every year, I
it's
believe,
always
yeah.
at least 2 guys that ask out every year.
Which is lame.
Yeah.
That's just lame as fuck. I just realized that, yeah, for 3 consecutive years, he's asked for a trade.
Oh yeah, Harden. Yeah.
He asked for a trade from Houston, played like a year and a half with the Nets, asked for a trade, played a year and a half with Philly, asked for a trade. That's fucking whack.
Yeah. That
And
should
for what?
that should look bad.
And I forgot who it was that said it, but damn, who was I watching that said that shit? They said some shit. I was like, mad pause. It was like, oh, you only get 1 wiggle to ask for a trade. You can't have all the wiggles you want. I forgot who it was. It's 2 NBA players talking, but it's like it's gonna get to a certain point where teams are looking like, damn, why the fuck would we trade for this nigga? Like straight up, why would we trade for him if he's just gonna leave within a year?
Yeah.
And I'm glad you pointed that out because damn, like I know he's been asked for moves consistently, but it's literally been once a year. Like I'm not happy anymore. And it's gonna get to a point where either you're gonna run out of teams to ask for, or teams are gonna stop asking for you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of 2 ways, bro. Either you're not gonna get the team that you want, or teams are not gonna want you anymore.
I look at it like this: if he somehow does go to the Clippers and it doesn't work out,
It won't work out, by the way.
yeah,
It won't.
you might just have to take a look at yourself in the mirror and just be like, because if it don't work out there, nigga, I don't know where else you could go because every other team already has their players established or they're trying to rebuild and that's gonna fuck it up. So
They're not trying to fuck their shit up.
Yeah,
And
so
even if you go to the Clippers, bro, that's not a good team, in my opinion. 4 years ago, sure.
yeah, but I'm looking at it like I'm like the Clippers is like the only kind of like shit show where they would welcome him. Every other team, nah.
You know who the Clippers are?
Who?
The Clippers are low key the Padres right now.
The Padres.
Yeah, they just trying to get every fucking all-star, and that shit just don't work.
Yeah, that's what.
That shit just don't work. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's the same shit every year. They both don't got no championships. They both a little brother to a much better team. You feel me? A much more established team, a much more iconic team. Keep throwing money at niggas, and guess what? You're not getting nowhere. You're not getting any fucking championship aspirations. We're getting hyped about you every fucking year, just like the Padres, and guess what? You don't do shit.
Yeah.
Same shit, different year. You feel me?
Yeah.
But that wraps it up for J&J this time, guys. Justin, you already know what to do, bro. I ain't gotta ask you.
Yeah, guys, if you are listening on audio, please give us 5 stars. Please please follow us. Follow us on TikTok at the J&J Podcast. Clips is going up. Follow us on Instagram at the JJ Podcast 1. Got extra clips on there. We got the TikTok clips on there as well. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit subscribe. Please like. We appreciate that. We're trying to hit 50 subs before the start of the NBA season. We're right there. We're getting closer.
I think
So
we're 3 or 4 away.
yeah, we might be like 3 or
Right
4
there.
away. So be that person, be that guy, be that girl who
Be that nigga.
yeah.
Yeah.
Be that person that hits that subscribe and do that for us. But yeah, appreciate you guys. The video's going up. There'll be some days where it'd be at a certain amount of views. The next day that shit jumps up. I'm like, damn. And I didn't even post nothing. So appreciate you guys.
Of course.
Yeah. Shout
You know
out.
how it is.
Shout out Jared Goff.
Oh, I was about to say the same shit. I was about to say, go Lions, go USC. You already know how it is, baby. Lions, we going to the fucking Super Bowl. Jared Goff, give that man his fucking MVP, nigga. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
That wraps it up, guys. We'll see you guys next time. And by next time, the Lions will be what, 4-1, 5-1? Because next week we got no episode. But guess what? Lions are gonna win 2 games in a row. We're gonna be 5-1. Let's fucking go Lions.
Peace.